Good evening and welcome to the Congo Hour. I am your host, Waynna. Trippy is off for the evening. Not sure if he's MIA, leave of absence, or what, but however, the show must go on. I pray that you've had a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Congo Hour. This evening, I am so excited. Trippy has wanted us to invite the Police Academy to come on. So this evening, I have Master Sergeant Aaron Metzner, right?
Yes.
I said it right, okay. And some of the graduate classes from the last class. And we're going to go right into the interview. So welcome to the Congo Hour.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
Yes, so excited. I don't know why I act like I was a part of the academy at one time. However, I do have family members and close friends that are police officers. So thanks again for coming. If you would be so kind, introduce yourself, share with us how long you've been on the force.
Yeah, so I'm Aaron Metzner. I'm the sergeant of the academy, and I've been on for a little over 15 years now. And I've been in this position for about a year in charge of the academy and recruitment.
Okay, all right. And I love that we have people that, no offense, but people that look like me that graduated on the class. We love diversity.
Right.
So thank y'all so much for even wanting to be police officers. And what I'm going to have each of you do is share your name and a little bit about you and why you wanted to become a police officer.
Starting with me, so I'm Christian Gonzalez. So I'm from here, from the city. I grew up in the city all my life. So I never thought being a police officer was tangible, just from living in the city. I grew up in Browntown, lived on 2nd Street for a little while. So right up until I got a position as a civilian working for the police department, I got to see hand in hand on how these guys work every day, and that's something that I wanted to do. And it was definitely tangible once I finally realized that we're all human at the end of the day.
Very good.
And my name is Destiny Snow. One major key that I point out to wanting to be a police officer was living in my city and seeing the youth grow up and how it's changing day by day, and seeing the youth have a different perspective on police officers, not in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I want to change that. I want to be a part of making that kid smile every day.
I love that.
I'm Ayanna Thompson. The reason why I wanted to become a police officer is I grew up in the city of Wilmington, everywhere from 8th Street to Franklin Street to North Side. So I've seen a lot, and I just wanted to help my community as much as I can, see them grow as a community and become successful.
Okay.
I'm Shannon Fletcher. I was born here in the city. In my adult years, I moved out of the city, but I was born and raised in Wilmington. And one of the things for me is growing up in the city, one of my close friends, his father was a Wilmington police officer, and they always kind of made the department look fun. And they always, they would show up to our basketball games. They would show up at the POW, show up at the Hicks Anderson Center, and they would, play basketball with us, play football with us. So they always made things look fun. And so it kind of inspired me to be that person, be that for the community and for our youth.
Okay, great. How many people were a part of the last academy?
We had 8 total, one of which was from an outside agency who attended our academy to get certified, and seven of them came to Wilmington.
Okay. 8. It's normally, what's the normal class size? Because you said 8. I thought you was going to say more than 8.
So over the years, it has decreased significantly.
Okay.
And I think last year we had double the amount, and all the way, and a few years before that, we were in the high 20s and low 30s for recruits.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I truly believe with having you on as a guest and you sharing why you wanted to be a part of the academy, I pray that some young person is watching or an adult and they will consider joining the next academy. Yeah.
We definitely need them.
Yeah, we do. And you know what? Oftentimes we say that we need more police, but all over the United States, there's a lack of police officers.
Yes.
It's a deficiency of police officers. So what is it that we can do to, other than coming on the show, what are some other ways that you think that we could make people interested in becoming a part of the Academy?
I think just having the desire to take ownership in their community and to see their community grow, like these officers said, you know, being that neighborhood police officer and taking stock and being part of the solution rather than just, you know, having someone solve your problems for you. So I think that sense of interdependency is huge, and I think that the ability to make that change and that influence is, I mean, it's a lasting impression that you can have that I feel like you don't get to make that kind of difference everywhere. So I hope that the people see, you know, the difference that they can make in their community and have that desire to do what these young officers do.
Yeah, I love that you're willing to change the perception that particularly our youth have on police officers. So I commend you for doing that. Tell me, when you decided that you wanted to become a police officer, how did your families react? I want to hear from all of you. Go ahead.
All right, I'll start.
I see you're married.
Yeah.
So how did that work out?
My family was very supportive. My wife was totally supportive. And because it was a thing that I wanted when I was younger. Okay. I'm the old guy of the crew. The oldest in the class. So it was always one of those things like, all right, now I'm getting too old. And it was like, all right, Shannon, shut up and just do it. Can't keep talking about it. So it was like one of those things I just had to do. And my family was supportive because of that. They knew it was something I wanted to do, and they supported me. You know, you always get that, like, be careful, you sure?
Right.
You know, and you sure Wilmington? Like, that was the thing, you sure Wilmington? I was like, yes, Wilmington. That's where I want to be. And so, because I was so sure, I think they supported me.
Okay. My family supported me to an extent.
Okay.
They were a little nervous about, you know, you're putting your life out at risk and you sure you want to do that? But they wanted the best for me. They know that this was my dream, that I wanted to help my community, help my city. But my mom was just mostly nervous about the entire thing. But my grandmom and my grandparents, they love me.
They like, go
for it. If that's your dream, then we're right behind you. But my mom's a little skeptical about it because, you know, I'm the only child. So,
yeah. Her baby.
Yes, but now she just loves it. She's calling me every day about what I'm doing.
For me, it was quite a shock for my family because I'm kind of like the youngest cousin of them all, and they were like, "What? You want what? Where?" So it was just like a shock to them. But now they're really supportive about everything, you know, calling me every day, checking up on me. So
So my family, when they found out that I wanted to apply for Wilmington Police, they were very supportive. Most of them were very supportive. Obviously, you're gonna have people or family members who don't support you, but I'm pretty sure we all have that same person or family. But they were all very supportive. They wanted me to make the change, as I am now the first police officer in the family. So it's very great to be in that position. So I'm excited to do it. They're excited for me to do it. And like I said, like what Destiny said, I'm getting the calls every day, like, what's going on? How you doing? Are you sure you want to do this?
Did you change your mind yet?
Not yet. I'm sure it won't change.
I know you won't.
But yeah, very supportive. Thank you.
Okay. And a typical class, like tell me like activities and things that you do. Because when I think of the police academy, I'm gonna be serious with you, I think of like boot camp.
So we are paramilitary. So
Okay.
we do have some aspects that are similar to a boot camp, and I'm sure these officers can tell you about PT in the morning is where I probably did most of my yelling. But otherwise, it was very. It can be stressful, but it was instructive, and the goal is not to just break them down; it's to educate them and give them the tools necessary in order to be successful in their careers and to be safe while doing so, and be able to keep the public safe and themselves safe and their other officers. So, there's a variety of different courses that are scheduled into the curriculum, everywhere from, the advanced driving course that they go through to the range where they learn how to shoot. Some of the officers have never shot before. So they learn, say they do a 40-hour course at the range. They do defensive tactics where they're, that is a pretty intense course. So they're learning and they're doing some grappling and everything, but things that can potentially save their lives one day. So we want to make sure they get plenty of experience doing that. And then they everything from, community relations to verbal judo, where they're learning how to de-escalate problems, and we try to give them all the tools that they'll need to be successful.
When you said de-escalate, I thought about, I had a meeting this week. I'm the president of the 3rd District Neighborhood Planning Council, and Captain Akil was on our meeting. He comes on and shares what's going on in our community. And fortunately for us, it wasn't a lot of things that were going on to be reported. And he did talk about, for the youth, because we talked about the youth, to teach them how, not only their rights, but to teach them how to de-escalate things, because sometimes they can get a little rowdy. So it's like a cause and effect or reaction to what's going on. So I'm glad that you said that, for them also to learn how to de-escalate situations.
It's very important for the community to know how to do that, but also, we are the trained professionals. So, we take a lot of that responsibility on us to at least do our best in order to make the best outcome possible out of a situation.
Right. I have to tell you, this is true. When you called me and you said, this is Master Sergeant from the Wilmington Police Department, I'm like, I didn't do anything. I forgot that I had called you. I'm like, oh, Lord. But I thought, I was like, what in the world? But it was a friendly call. So.
Absolutely.
Most
of my calls are these days.
Are the friendly ones. That's good. So are you like calling up people that telling them, hey, let's get on the next academy?
Yes, I have a couple friends that I reached out to, and even, like I said, my close friend, his dad was a retired Wilmington cop, and I'm like, come on, man, come on, and I'm sure your dad can connect you with some people, but there are some people I am in their ear about.
Okay.
But you have to have, given my age, I think you have to have a drive for it. Yeah. Like you can't. For somebody younger, it may be different, but somebody a little older, you gotta want it. You gotta have a drive for it.
Got you. So so you gotta know what you want to be when you grow up. Basically, is what you're saying, right? At the age, you keep saying at your age.
I'm only 34, but I'm
just
saying.
I'm
only 34, but I'm just saying.
Like
at 34, I think you gotta have. At 34, at 34, it was a little different for me. Having a wife and a kid, and we were in academy from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, just that balance in the family and work life.
We talked about age. What's the average age of someone that joins the academy?
Well, I don't know necessary average age, but we do have requirement of you must be at least 21 by the time you graduate the academy, and you cannot be past your 37th birthday, but when you actually join.
That leaves me out then.
Leaves out a few. But I think that's still a wide range, and you can get a pretty diverse group out of that age range. So I would say the biggest point going to, if you are a little bit on the older side, is just make sure you're physically prepared. I think that can aid you
quicker.
That can really help you a lot when it comes to some of the. If you're less mentally stressed when you're not as physically stressed. So if you can deal with the physical aspects of the academy, you'll be a lot less stressed.
So prior to joining, did you work out at the gym?
Yeah, I did work out, but I wasn't academy ready, to be honest. I wasn't.
Okay.
I don't think you can really prepare
You
for the
learned
academy.
real
I was
quick,
like,
right?
I learned real quick. But I was willing to make the necessary changes I had to make to keep up. To get in the groove with the younger crew. So I was like, I got to make these changes, and I did that.
Officer Fletcher was very disciplined, and I think he did a great job doing everything he needed to do to get to where he is now.
Oh, good. So when is the next academy?
So the hiring process goes from, it's already started from now until March 1st. It ends March 1st. And at that point, we'll start the vetting process. We'll go through the applications. We'll set up, the PT test, the written test, oral boards, background investigations. And then from there, we're hoping to start the next academy around July. As soon as possible, really. But just the nature of the length of time that it takes to get through all those processes. I think that your process was probably very similar, close to 6 months in order to get through all that.
Okay, so when did you all start? When did your academy start?
August 7th.
August.
Oh, y'all know the date.
Yes, August 7th.
Okay, and you graduated when?
January 5th.
Okay, so you just graduated. Okay, all right. So let's talk about. Just kind of threw me off. I apologize. Let me think. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Welcome back to the Congo Hour. We're going to finish our conversation about the Police Academy, which I am really enjoying. I hope that you are as well. So we talked about careers. No, we talked about curriculum. I want to talk about what you like most about the courses, as well as I want to know, where do you see your career going in the academy? Well, not in the academy, in the police force.
So during the curriculum for the academy, I love the hands-on kind of stuff, going to the range. Driving the cars was my favorite, as I'm a little bit of a car guy. So driving cars as fast as you can and stopping as fast as you can definitely was fun. Time in the force, I see myself never retiring. But when I do have to, I guess that would be another conversation. But within those years, I don't see myself being static. I like to be diverse. So whatever kind of division that interests me in that aspect, I feel like I will want to do it. But as of right now, I don't really have anywhere specifically I want to do. I just want to do everything.
Right.
And experience everything and have all that knowledge just so I can apply it to different areas in my life and different areas as being a police officer. That's
good. Was that your first time at the range?
Yes and no.
Lord, wait a minute.
I did prior classes to get my concealed carry.
Okay.
But I never finished it. But I never did a extent of what we do at the range.
I'm sure it's more intense than just going to the range.
So you have to shoot a shotgun. You have to qualify with a shotgun, which I shot a shotgun for the first time in my life, which was definitely an experience for me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
For me, I loved it all. I mean, in the beginning, it was tough, waking up that early and exercising that early. But once we got into the groove of things, it was just like, I don't know, working out with my family, and we just working out. You know what I mean? It was intense. It was intense, but
You survived.
I would do it all over again. I really would.
You would?
Yeah, I really would. Honestly, I want to. Where do I see myself? Community engagement for sure. I definitely want to get into the community, you know what I mean? I want to be in my police car all day. I want to go walk around the streets and, you know, maybe stand outside of the school, stuff like that. Yeah, a little bit of community engagement.
Okay. All right. And how about you?
Okay. What I liked most, like Christian said, I like the hands-on type of things. Defensive tactics, surprisingly, right? I like defensive tactics. It was different because I never done it before.
Now talk about that.
So it's basically jujitsu.
Oh.
So like you're on the ground and you're learning new moves, and it was different. I was like, oh, I've never done this. Like I've never learned how to fight correctly. Basically.
Right.
But it was definitely fun, and it was like a good learning experience. What else? Where do I see myself? I see myself either CID, which is like detectives,
Okay.
or K9.
Oh,
I like
wow.
dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, so CID, I like investigations and trying to understand things and get to the bottom of things and crimes and stuff. But with the dogs, that's like more one-on-one with them, so it's less family time. But I don't know, I like the whole dog thing as well.
Okay. Right.
For me, I enjoyed the hands-on part of the academy as well. The classroom, there was a lot of like things we did in the classroom that was really good. But the hands-on, you know, kept us active. And as far as career, I see myself like community engagement or CID, detectives, just, you know, spending time in investigations. I enjoy that.
Mm. Solving unsolved crimes. Yeah. I love it. Okay.
I think the great thing, I just want to add on to what they said, that you have the opportunity throughout a lifetime or a career to do multiple different jobs. And I think it's one of the only career fields that you can go into where you get that opportunity to, you know, one day you're in uniform and you're answering calls for service and dealing with the community. And then, you know, the next day you're in human resources and you're doing a more administrative role, or you're doing you're in the criminal investigation division and you're doing more of an investigative role. So and then on top of that, we still have the option to do part-time stuff. Like we have our crisis management tactical team, which is like a SWAT team. We have hostage negotiation. We have, you know, a variety. We have honor guard. We have so many different opportunities out there to learn and grow as an officer and to stay busy and stay involved in the community and in the career.
I'm glad that you shared all of that, because in my limited thinking, that's what I didn't think about all of the careers that you can do within the police force. So thank you so much for sharing that part. So once again, let's recap when the next academy is going to be.
So the next academy, or the application end date is March 1st. So all applications need to be in by the end of the day of March 1st. Okay. And then after that, we will start the hiring process. And we're anticipating starting the academy mid-July timeframe.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that I missed that anybody wants to share? We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again so much for coming on, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I love that you said that you wanted to be a part of the community. That's something that's very important to us that live in the community, that our police officers engage with us. So thank you, because all of you touched on that. So truly appreciate you, and I wish you nothing but the best. And anytime you want to come on, I share with you, you're going to be a regular. So thanks again for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Going to take a quick break, and I will be back.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. I hope that you enjoyed my conversation with the graduates from the Police Academy. I wanted to share with you, last week I had the awesome opportunity of hosting Cynthia's Tire production that she did. It was a celebration of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., an artist in heaven. I'm telling you, it super exceeded my expectations. It was so wonderful. I shared with her, like, you really need to take this on the road. But I think if she took it on the road, then I don't know, we can figure that all out. So it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And his wife, and the artists in heaven were people like Phyllis Hyman, Tina Marie, Luther Vandross, Eartha Kitt. It was so many different artists. And let me tell you, the people that played the part, they were like, it was like the real person. It was just phenomenal. And so thank you so much, Cynthia, for asking me to host. I really enjoyed it and look forward to more of your events. On a sad note, I'm sure by now all of you are aware of the passing of the Honorable Theodore Ted Blunt. I've been a part of the Blunt family since I was in second grade. Marla is my BFF, and like I shared, since second grade, I've been a part of the family. And I really considered Mr. Blunt to be a father figure towards me. Growing up, my grandfather raised me. So I had my grandfather, then I had Mr. Blunt, and then I had Mr. Congo. So all three of those men were father figures. So it's definitely a loss for the city of Wilmington. Mr. Blunt was very instrumental in assisting people who were interested to run for in the political arena. You can call him. He knew how many numbers you needed to win. And if you didn't have them numbers, don't even waste your time running. So he's truly going to be missed. A man of great wisdom. He has a wonderful wife, Mrs. Blunt, and 3 brilliant children, along with grandchildren. So our condolences go out to the Blunt family, as well as a icon, Reverend Twinbee Brown. He passed away as well. And Reverend Brown, actually, I shared this story before, he actually got me started coming on television. We started out at the Rollins Cable Building, which was on DuPont Highway across from Grace Lawn Cemetery. So 2 wonderful men have gone on. So yeah, it's just sad. So please keep the families in your prayers. And as well as other family members that have lost loved ones and have trusted Congo Funeral Home to take care of their loved ones during their time of bereavement. We don't take it for granted that you chose Congo Funeral Home. We appreciate you, and we pray that we make your, we just pray that we make life and going through the transition of your loved one a little bit more easier than it would have been. So on that note, thank you so much for tuning in to the Congo Hour. We do have our funeral announcements as well as a few community announcements that will be shown. If you or someone you know would like to be our guest on the show, please give me a call at 302-521-7325, 302-521-7325. And don't forget, I'm still doing cobblers, same number, 302-521-7325. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Thought it would be a great idea to promote sweet cobblers for your sweetheart or your coworker, or just someone that you want to give a gift to. Thank you so much for tuning into the Congo Hour, and I pray that this week is the best week of your life. Good night.